Do you know how long it been since we had sex?
87 days.
This where I almost got some hit. No sex, nothing at all, nothing at all. And then I started to put a hand up here. I've been jacking every damn day.
Remember when we got married? You told me that you were going to buy us a house.
Don't you got a cousin in real estate? Cause I need some help finding a new house.
Oh, you talking about Ray Tyler? You call him, you tell him my city, he gonna look out for you.
Deshaun, Megan, what is my cousin's name again?
This house right here, baby, is our dream house right here.
Wait a minute. How much is this house?
$25,000. Y'all take credit cards, right?
We do. We take everything.
That's right. That's what I do.
This house is so gorgeous. I love it. Get the hell out.
Mr. Green?
Yo, Mr. Green, bro.
Oh, what's up, Jim? My nice-looking friend there.
What kind of abracadabra shit you want, baby? How'd you just do that?
I'm alive, like you a ghost.
We're together now.
It looked like masturbation because I'm by myself.
I think she was a ghost.
What the hell you talking about, man?
Girl, you right. This house is haunted. You think?
Timmy!
You still living there?
Heard you were looking for a ghost hunter.
I think I can help you get rid of all those supernatural beings in your house.
Are you done? Because you sound crazy. Move, bitches. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitches. Get out the way. Oh, shoot!
All that I have sacrificed to you?
Just let me
Who is she? What's the bitch name, Deshaun?
Damn.
Wait. So you put your hands on me now?
Hell no, my hand's right here.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Oh, I love these master classes, a chance to share knowledge, chat with you all, be inspired, right? Really, really love it. And I love that tagline where creators become legends, baby, because I know some legends, okay? I'm very, very excited about my network of people. Do you all realize that your net worth is tied to your net worth, your network? I'm going to say it again because I'm tongue-tied. Your net worth is tied to your network. I'm serious, y'all. The first time that I learned that, I was like, oh, that's really deep. So anyway, welcome. If you don't know who I am, I'm Tressa Azarel Smallwood. I am the co-founder of Megamind Media. We produce movies at Megamind. We produce series. We are a production company where we really focus on diverse stories, bringing unique content to light. And really, we amplify the voices of creators. And so tonight's session, I'm super excited about. It's a 2-part session. It is about sharing key elements to building a successful career and or brand in the creative industry. And then we're going to specifically speak to individuals, producers, production companies who want to start and or build a successful production company. So you're in the right place if you came to get that knowledge. If that's not the knowledge that you came to get, trust me, you're going to walk away inspired. Go back. I urge you to go back and watch our previous master classes. They will inspire you. You're going to come up with questions. Always reach out. I'm always here to give you the knowledge, to support, to continue to drop nuggets. I want to start with just digging in to tell you, who I am and what I actually do, right? Because sometimes you just kind of, stumble upon things like this. Maybe somebody sent you the link and said, watch this, or, maybe somebody said, hey, this is somebody that you need to know. So I want to just go back a little bit and just tell you how I got started and what I'm all about today. So again, I'm Tressa Azarel Smallwood, co-founder of Megamind Media. Well, I have a very unique story in terms of getting into the film and television business. I started out as a school teacher. So if, like many of you all who are watching, if you're in a totally different career and this is something that you want to do, you want to produce television series, movies, documentaries, maybe you want to be a director, maybe you're a writer. If you want to jump into this creative space, you can do it, right? It is really about learning the craft for specifically whatever it is that you want to do, right? Because the creative industry, film, television, there's so many different roles that you can play that you have to start to figure out what is it that you do best, right? What is it that you really like? What's your purpose? And then you jump into that world, right? So some people might already say, oh, I already know I want to be a writer. Like I just yearn to create stories. But then the question becomes, are you good at it? Have you given it a shot, a good shot? Have you started to take classes, right? Have you gotten a mentor? Have you really, really dived? Are you ready? Some of you all might want to be a director. Same questions apply. Are you being mentored by somebody who's a director? Are you reading books? Are you watching different platforms like this, right? Where you can get on and learn from somebody who's actually doing the work. So I think that's important. The other thing is I want you all to make sure that when you're learning, when you're perfecting your craft, that you find out who you're learning from, right? That's why I was like, let me introduce myself, tell you who I am, what I actually do. You should also Google me. Type in Tressa Azarel Smallwood. See what comes up so you can see the work that I've done, the people that I have worked with, the people I've surrounded myself with, the people that I have learned from, the people that I have collaborated with. All of that is important that you do your due diligence when you're looking to build your brand, build your career in the creative space, or start and or build your production company, right? And so when I first started out, I didn't really know a lot. I just knew I was hearing all these different things about the industry, and people will lie. They will tell you anything, right? You have to do your own research, which is what I did. So literally from 2013 all the way to the end of 2015, I had 2 years of really just jumping in and studying, learning from people, attending film festivals, having mentors, doing everything that I needed to do to learn about the industry, because I was like, you know what? I gotta really figure this out, right? I wanted to know, and I wanted to know things the right way. And so now in 2024, depending upon when you're watching this, I now have 30 plus projects under my belt, right? That I have either completely produced with me, my family, my company, Megamind Media, or partnered with other producers. So we're going to talk a little bit about today about why you should collaborate and what that looks like. So are y'all ready to take notes? Because definitely you need a pen. Like even for me, I'm teaching right now, but I got a pen, right? I love, love, love to learn. All right, so let's dig in. The first thing that I want you to do is I want to share some of the key elements for you to build your career, your brand as a creative in the industry, right? So if you think about this, right, you want to be a producer. You want to own a production company. Like that's something that you would build in the creative space. Let's say you want to be a director. You need to build up your brand as a director. How do you do that? Let's say you're a writer and you want to immerse yourself into the film and television world where producers are calling you for work, production companies are calling you, studios are calling you, networks are calling you because they know that you have work. How do you build yourself up, create your own brand, build yourself up successfully, a successful career in the creative industry? So I'm going to give you all some examples of some things that you should do. The first thing that I want you to do is prove yourself. Prove yourself. I will give you an example of how I did that when I started out. For me, I was trying to get into the industry. I was asking a lot of questions, making sure that I could figure things out. And so what I said, how do I prove myself? What's the one thing that I can do to prove myself? For me, now I'm not saying this is going to be what you will do, right? But I'm going to give you the example of what I did. To prove myself, I went out, got my family involved, friends. We raised the money to produce my very first movie, Secrets, right? And the reason why we did it that way is because there's a different scenario where you can pitch to networks, you can pitch to production companies, and you can wait for your yes. I wasn't willing to just wait until somebody said yes. I was like, I'm going to prove myself. I'm going to go out. I'm going to shoot this myself, and I'm going to show them that I can do this. And then I'm going to come back with my next project, pitch it, see if they'll give me a shot. But I'll be able to say, look at what I've done. Look at this. I've proved myself. Now, what does that look like for someone else? There's so many different scenarios, right? I was using my experience as an example. Let's say you're a director and you shoot a short, right? Let's say you're a producer, you shoot a short. You're a writer, you want your first work that you have to be a published work. So you go out, you pull the team together. There's a director, there's a DP, there's the whole team, and you complete this short and then you put it into a film festival. That's an example, a way of proving yourself. Another way to prove yourself, let's say you're a writer and you want to pitch to a production company. You got to make sure that you learn the craft so that when you present yourself to a network executive, a studio, a production company, a producer, that your writing is so tight that you have all the correct elements, right? Making sure you have the treatments, making sure you have the beat sheets ready, making sure everybody, as a writer, everybody thinks that it's either, oh, I have the screenplay, here you go, read it. There's a complete package that you need to have, right? Oh, and by the way, I run a mentorship program for writers and producers. And so if you want to learn more of the details and you're really serious about it, serious inquiries only, make sure you shoot me a DM to my social media, to my Instagram, CEO Azarel, and just say interested in your mentorship program. And I will connect you with the team so that you can talk to them about how to get started with that. But that is just one way, right? You need to make sure that with proving yourself, it can mean a lot of different things, right? But it is not just talking. It's not just talking. You got to do something, right? That should be in your note. To prove yourself, you have to do something. Show us what you have. Sometimes I meet filmmakers who will say, hey, I went out, I produced this short, or I produced this pilot episode. It's only 15, 20 minutes. Look at what I have. I'm like, whoa, that's good. I want to bring you on the team, or I want to finance you, right? So for a financier to take you serious, you need to do something, like not just talk. Okay. All right. The next thing that I want to talk about when it comes to creating your brand, elevating your career, really getting started into this world of film and television. The other thing that you need is to have relationships, right? Networking. I want you to start going to events, right? When you're trying to build yourself up, whether it's to build your brand, whether it's to build your career, to kind of figure out how you can. A lot of people love to say, I need somebody to give me a shot. Go take your shot. That's the difference. I want you to learn to go take your shot. And with taking your shot, you got to show up at places. Like, what's the last film festival that you've been to? Right? What's the last film festival you've been to? Another question that I have for you all is, what's the last workshop you've attended? What's the last workshop that you've attended? Really, really important. And so all of these things are you really putting forth the effort. It's you investing in yourself. Sometimes it's as simple as pick up a book. I meet people a lot who say, oh, I couldn't afford the class. I couldn't afford to go to the film festival. I get it. Money can be tight. But what are you going to let that hold you back? We should never allow money to hold us back. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you just a short story about how Megamind got started. So again, I used to be a school teacher, and I had a lot of business sense because I grew up in a family full of entrepreneurs. But I had gotten married, had my daughter Iman, was now pregnant with my daughter Bailey. And I was like, okay, well, I think I'm going to just relax with the whole entrepreneurship thing and just teach because I love teaching. Apparently, y'all, I'm still teaching now and I own Megamind Media, but I love it. It's in my heart. So anyway, I'm teaching. I decide that I want to start this film and production company, but I'm like, all right, I don't have the funds to do it by myself. How do I do that? I could have easily taken the other way out and said, you know what, I don't have the money. I'm a school teacher, just not gonna do it. No, I came up with a plan, right? I came up with a plan and I said, how can I tap into my relationships? How can I tap into my network, my network, right? And figure out how to finance this. So for those of you all who don't know this story, my sister is married to my business partner, Don Lee. And I know that Don has the skill set of just business mind. I was like, oh, yeah, he's always working in the world of business. He knows numbers. I'm going to go to him and tell him that I need him to give me half of the money to produce this movie and that I want to do this over and over again. I don't want one shot wonder. I want to do it multiple times. And so I knew before going to him that he had the mindset to understand what I was trying to do. Because some of you all are sharing your dreams with people they're not aligned with you in a business manner. And so you got to know, you got to go to the right people, right? You don't go and tell somebody to invest in your company who has never invested, period. They're like, what you talking about? Give you what? How much? No, right? So you got to go to the right people. So I urge you all to start making a list of people in your network that you want to be in a relationship with, a business relationship with. It could be, if you're a director, make a list of other people that are out there directing, and maybe they're on your level. Don't go all the way to the top looking for Ava DuVernay, right? Find people who you might meet at events, right? And professional events, and say, hey, you know what? Let's talk. I would love for us to collaborate on something. Or as a director, find a DP that you want to collaborate with. Then you all go find a writer and find you a group. That's how you network appropriately. I networked in the beginning with the people that I knew had the funds. So family, friends, anybody in my close world that I knew had discretionary income and who would invest in my company. Because guess what? They knew my work ethics, right? If you are in my family, you know my work ethics, right? I've always been a hard worker, always been dedicated. Like I didn't just come up with these characteristics, right? And so I knew that they would invest in me. So I want you all to think about that. Look at your relationships, right? Make a list. Look at your current network and then start figuring out how you can branch out and network with some others. Okay. All right. The third thing that I want to talk to you all about while you're building up this career in the film and television industry, while you're building your brand in the film and television industry. We talked about you being able to prove yourself. We just talked about you looking at your relationships, your network around you, and figuring out, okay, how can I start networking more? Opening up your mouth, speaking things into existence, right? That's the other thing that you need to be doing. And then the third thing is, I want you to start building your portfolio, right? Building your portfolio. That's the third and final thing that I want you to do as your beginning stages. What do I mean by that? Building your portfolio. So if you are a writer, I want you to start building a slate, right? Slate of films, slate of a deck. Maybe it's a Bible for all of your series, your ideas that you have. I want you to start putting it all on paper, building up your portfolio, right? If you get something that is actually produced and then you have your IMDb credit, that's taking you a step further, right? Because for me, for example, as a producer, someone who owns a production company, typically if a writer comes to me and they want to have a conversation, if you didn't come out of my mentorship program, that means I don't really know anything about you. That means I'm going to go and search your name, and I'm going to go to IMDb. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm looking to see, have you gotten anything else produced thus far? And if not, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm one of those people where I'm going to definitely give you a shot, but I want to now see, what's your portfolio like? What kind of projects do you have? What are the genres? So I want you to start building your portfolio no matter where you are in the industry, no matter what it is that you're trying to do. Even if you are, let's say, producer, right? Tell me some projects that you have produced on. You don't even have to be the lead producer. Tell me the work that you've done on somebody else's set. Have you been a maybe you've been production coordinator before, right? Maybe you've been an associate producer on a project, and maybe you've done, like, tell me what you've done. The other thing is, I want you to be clear as you're building your portfolio. Titles are one thing, but I want to know, what have you actually done? Like, most times, if you go into a setting and you tell somebody that you were a producer on a project, they want to know what kind of producer. Creative producer, line producer. What did you actually do? Or is this a vanity credit? So start to build your portfolio. That way, when you're out and about, you're meeting people, you're building this brand one step at a time, one step at a time. You're building this career one step at a time. Okay. All right. So I want to pivot a little bit, and I want to talk to the people out there who are looking to start a successful production company and what that looks like. I think one of the reasons why I wanted to share this is because people see all of the glitz, the glam, the success, the great times, the articles, they like, oh yes, they like watching the movies, they see the credits. But let's take it all the way back to where all the real work happens. I'm about transparency, right? If you've watched any of these other master classes, which I urge you to do, and I urge you to go and look at all of my social media, go back, look at, if you're watching this right now, once it ends, go back, look at all of our other YouTube works, everything. Go look at it all, because you'll get to learn a lot about me, and you'll get to learn a lot about Megamind Media. But I think it's important because we're always very transparent, right? We're not going to give you any fake stories about, oh, life is so great all the time. No, on occasions we die 12 times in a day, but we pick ourselves back up and it's all good, right? But I want to talk about some of these key elements when you're building a successful production company. So I want to talk about the money first. Okay, let's talk about the money. Because that is the number one thing that I want you to think about, right? When you're starting out for your production company, I want you to start thinking about cash flow, right? Where are you going to get your initial cash flow from, to be able to make sure that you're ready to pay some of the essential things that will need to be paid even before you produce your first project, right? So cash flow. Staying in the money world for a minute, I told you about how we started Megamind Media and how we were going to finance this company. So who are your financiers, right? How much does it cost, right, to be able to get this business up and running? And I'm not talking about just the project. I'm not talking about the budget for your series, your movie, your documentary, or whatever your first project is, your short film. I'm talking about the company itself, right? I'm still in the money phase, cash flow, financier. Who is your banker, right? Who is your accountant? You cannot start off without having your financial piece in place, right? Also, you need basic funds for things just like going to the Secretary of State to start your company, right? Paying for the fees to make sure that your business is legal. You need those initial fees no matter what, right? But you always have to keep your business in order, and it's going to come down to those things: banker, financiers, cash flow, accountants, all things money, right? Accountants, your tax people, those are going to be the most important people in your business, because there's no point in making $1 million in a year if your taxes are messed up and you realize that you owe the IRS $800,000, right? You've messed up. So you have to take that really serious, and you also have to know your strengths. Like in our business, that's not a strength of mine. That's my partner's strength. So if you decide to go into the business of owning a production company on your own, make sure that you have the key people, that you've hired the right people around you, because if you don't possess that skill set, somebody else has to have it. And don't think that you have to do it all by yourself. So many people are like, oh, me. I got it. It's me. Oh my goodness. I'm here to tell you, I would not be where I am today without my family. Like, hands down, would not be here without them. They're pretty funny too, y'all. I keep trying to tell y'all to go back and watch a lot of this stuff on our YouTube channel and on our social media channel, because they're a little crazy. I love them. I'm grateful for them, but they are foolish. So go watch it. Anyway, that is the first thing that you need, all about the money, your cash flow, financiers, etc. I want to talk about, if you're going to have a successful production company, you need writers, right? Either you have to have them in your camp, or you have to know writers, right? So maybe it's going out, meeting writers, putting yourself in position where people are pitching you. You need intellectual property. Now, obviously, when I came into the business, I came in strong, right? Like a rocket, boom, because I came from the book publishing world, where I personally wrote novels and I owned the rights to a lot of novels, produced a lot of different writers, helped them to get their books out. So I came in strong. And so intellectual property is a big thing for Megamind Media. We own a lot of IP. And so when folks are looking for writers, where do you think they come? They're like, oh, we know Tressa and Megamind. They have all the writers, which we do. And we are so proud of our writers. And we continue to build those relationships, and we bring in writers as well. So if you're starting a production company, you got to figure out, if you didn't come in the game strong with writers, it's okay. Build some relationships and get some writers. Okay. The next thing that you absolutely need is the big L, legal. Who's your legal team? You have to have lawyers on deck. Let me just tell you right now, we got a lot of things at Megamind. We are strong, but we are lawyered up at all times. Okay. We got it all. We got entertainment lawyers. We got general counsel. We got estate lawyers. We got tax attorneys. We got it all, because you cannot do all of this without having a successful legal team. And the reason why I wanted to share that tonight, when we're talking about making sure you have these key elements to building who you want to be, whether it's you're building your own personal brand, building your career in the film and television industry, building your own production company, it is essential that you cannot do this by yourself. I just want to stop and say it one more time. You cannot do this by yourself. Okay. In order to be great in this industry, you need an effective team. You need to be able to collaborate, right? And as you are collaborating, you have to be clear about where your skill sets lie. Like, what are you good at? You're not good at everything. Just look yourself in the mirror right now and make sure you tell yourself you're not good at everything. Say, my fairy godmother, Tressa Azarel, told me I'm not good at everything. It's okay. You cannot do this by yourself. Okay. And I think the moment that you learn that, you will become more successful. I'll give you a tip of something that I used to do a while ago, maybe 10 years ago. I would write down all the things that I had to do in a day. And I would write those things down. And then I would say, okay, out of everything that I did today, like maybe I would look at it for a week, and I would say, what is it that I could have literally asked someone else to do? What is this that I didn't really have to do this right here? No. I could have asked somebody else to do that. Right? And so if you start to do that, you'll realize, oh, delegation is the key. Let me delegate as a business owner, as a boss, as a leader. Let me delegate. And so I would go back and say, oh, you know what? Such and such can do that. Give that to them. Such and such can do, because I started to build my team. And again, that's why I'm successful today, because I have an amazing, amazing team. So I know they're keeping this on here. You cannot do this by yourself. They like, let me make sure that I amplify the message. You cannot do this by yourself. Okay. So one of the things that I would say to you all as you're doing all of this, to make sure that if you're jumping into this industry and you're brand new, right? You're brand new. I would say number one, make sure you're giving yourself enough time. Don't put the pressure on yourself when you feel like, oh, I tried this, it didn't work out, I failed, I shouldn't be here, I don't belong. That's not the case. You have to give yourself enough time. That's another one of the reasons why I became successful, because I gave myself 2 years. 2 years. I got myself a mentor. I started going to film festivals. I started going to conferences, workshops, learning like crazy, reading books. I was on YouTube. I was just learning, just open book of learning, learning, learning. And because I spent all of that time, I didn't jump out there and feel like I was going to be a failure because I didn't know enough. I gave myself time. Another thing that I will tell you, I do not want you all to do is to jump out there, spending up money, and create.
these new chicks on the block, they want to be you and they want to be me.
Hi, lovebirds.
I just got you booked for that influencer party tomorrow night. You want to be the it girl, right?
Hi, Erica. I'm London Samuels.
Bestie! Are you lost?
Level.
Oh my God!
Girl, what happened?
I was attacked. Popular social media influencer was murdered. The suspect is still at large.
We need to think about your next move.
If I get in with the Walker Agency, I'll be unstoppable.
Everybody with a cell phone is going to know who you are.
I never imagined I could go through something so scary.
This is the third message I've gotten like this.
You know who you need to watch for? Who? That weird London Samuels chick.
Next thing I know, my head is being smashed. So much blood, I still have nightmares. But I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor.
Our worst nightmare? It's happening. You think this is funny?
Time for me to take care of my business.
She wants to be famous so bad.
London.
Don't worry, London. I'll protect you.
That's when the SWAT sprayed up and had their guns out all on the kids. And then they gonna run in the back, got the weed, the money. Got me for like 10 grand and took the kids. Oh.
You want to tell me what you did to make Rick want to put a hit out on you? Hey, who told you that?
Don't let that happen.
Ain't no happy endings in my life. This is just one win for now.
We'll say we go get you your kids.
Okay.
You gotta learn to protect your own. Protect your own like you protected me.
I just keep having nightmares about what we did.
You need to wake up, little girl. This is not the American dream.
Everything I do is for these kids.
You're looking at up to 10 years.
Do you know what people around here would do for $10,000?
Yo, 10K Rick got from me real quick, and if you try anything stupid, I promise you, one phone call, they gonna kill her.
This about to get us paid, man. Let's wait till she come up in here tonight.
Is Rick gonna kill us? No, he's not gonna kill us.
Come on, Rick. Come on. You ain't even built like that. You want some game?
You want to stop knowing we can't move?
Come on, you.
Can't nobody be trusted.
What's up, go-getters? Okay, so I'm so excited because as promised, I told you I was going to take you into my world for today. This is my office right now at this beautiful location that we're filming in. But Megamind is on the move, honey. I want to highlight all of the producers who are on the ground making it happen for us today. Take a look.
Guys, welcome to Married to a Baller Day 2. We are here at our new location. You guys better be ready. We have some great things happening. Let me tell you, we better watch out because we're taking over, guys.
On the set of Married to a Baller, we're filming at a hotel today. I don't know that I would stay here, but I like filming here.
Quiet all around, everyone. Quiet.
Don't look at the camera.
Hi. We're on day 3.
Day 3, baby. What's the name of your movie?
Married to a Baller.
And this house. Look at this house. Honey. Sam, we We back together again?
Back here.
You out here killing it?
Trying.
Miami, Florida, baby.
Good.
Y'all are so loyal. Thank you so much for hanging in there for just a second while we had that little glitch. But that's what we do in production. You don't waver. You just like, okay, you know what? We're gonna fix that and we're back. So for everybody that's still been here waiting, we thank you. We were almost at the end anyway, but I wanted to make sure that we closed out appropriately. And so my final message to you all is that I want to make sure you realize that if you're going to do this, right, in any manner, whether it is run your own production company, whether it is become a writer for the culture, right? That means you're not going to write just one project. You're like, I'm out there. I'm going to do this. I want to be known as the go-to writer. I want people to think of me as a writer when a project comes up. There's certain people that I call upon if I want something written. I'm like, oh, let me call such and such. I know they're a great writer. I had a really good meeting today and somebody said, oh, do you know a writer for this project? I already am thinking of somebody that could do the project, right? But I think about people with good character. I think about people who come with zero ego, right? Because ego is like something that really is bad in the industry. And so all those things are really important. So while you work on the banker, the financing, the cash flow, networking, getting your slates together, working on proving yourself, working on doing the work. While you're doing all of that, I want you to just realize that your character counts as well. It's really, really important who you are, because people are going to work with people that they enjoy working with. That's the key. People that they enjoy working with. Okay. So I want to, before I go, keyword, y'all, unity. Unity is the key word. That's the key word. Okay. And how perfect, unity. Okay. So wishing you all crazy success with your projects, with your brand, with your career. Also shameless plugs. And I say plugs because there's a lot going on. At Megamind, we have been working so hard over the last 8 months to bring you a lot of content, and now it's just dropping, right? So we released Dying to Be Famous last week on BET Plus, so make sure that you're watching that. Next week, we're going to be releasing Wicked City Season 3 on All Black. So excited about that and for everybody involved. After that, we're going to be releasing Style Me for Christmas that we don't have the cover art for yet, but we do. We were just in Variety. That features Mario, Raven Goodwin, Pretty V, our very own Lynette Blackwell, Julene Flermont. They are the writers. So again, those are relationship plays, right? People get to choose who they want to work with. They're like, oh yeah, let's work with some folks that we know are going to know how to act. And so then we're going to be releasing Sugar Baby, a movie that we did with Lance Gross, directed by Jamal Hill. And then we're going to be releasing Married to a Baller as a Tubi original. I know y'all are like, where's all this artwork? We want to see it. Go to our social media pages, Megamind_media on IG and Facebook, CEO Azarel for me on Instagram, Facebook. And yes, make sure go back. I encourage you, go back, watch all of our videos on our YouTube channel and send to your friends. Tell them they need to subscribe. Send to your friends. Okay. All right, y'all. I loved it. Catch me every first and fourth Tuesday of the month on Real Success with Megamind Media. Tell all your friends, y'all. All right. Bye-bye.
You killed my brother.
whatever you pray for is about to happen. So y'all just drink plenty of water, because we ain't stopping.
We are on the set of biopic, the Teresa Rose story, First Lady of EMF. And with the family.
What's up, everybody? Listen, I came to a Mega Mindset. It was absolutely phenomenal. Listen, I'm excited about what's going on in them, through them, and by them, and for them. It's going to be amazing. Y'all be looking out for it. All right, take care.